Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deadfire with me, Bring It On. Let's get to know Jody.
Oh, about time we took a breather. My feet are blistered something fierce.
Hands braced on her knees for support. He leans forward and sucks in a breath of fresh air. Her eyes never leave your face. A rosy flush slowly brightens her cheeks as she beams you a wide, brash grin. We've just walked across the town square.
Tell me what's on your mind.
What are your thoughts on Eothas?
We talking during the Saints' War or after he died?
Jody taps a finger to her lips and hums thoughtfully. What's the difference?
Well, before he died, he was still Eothas as the majority of my brethren know him. Eothas embodied a human, and when that human got blown to bits, we all believed Eothas died.
Adair points affably in approval.
And I think a part of him did. The part he'd most closely woven into living flesh. The part that represented life and rebirth after death. Which means the part of him that could have survived, that stormed across the Deadfire seas, was the side more aligned with obsidian, rot, and falling away. That which is death.
Tell me about Eothas leading up to and during the Saints' War.
I really only know what my folks taught me.
She scratches the back of her head, hesitant.
Eothas embodied Saint Widwin, but during the war, he got blown to bits. That's the thing about human bodies. Eventually, they all gotta die. As the god of rebirth, of course, Eothas would be coming back. But where I differ from my family's view, and my high priestess's view, is that I've studied the apotheosis of Gone. And I know all about the backside, the downward swoop, the death part of the cycle of life. Obsidian, rot, regrowth. What's gone can never be again. What comes back is changed. Always. Even if what comes back is a god.
What's your take on Eothas following the Saints' War?
Then you mean gone. Sure, maybe my god still answers to Eothas as well. Why not? But Eothas died, and death requires change. He ain't what he was. Not in exactly the same way. That's why I think his other aspect, his darkness in the light, is what's burning brighter in him now.
Let's speak of something else.
No need to fiddle-foot around. I'm listening.
Should you be swearing so much as a priestess?
Reckon not.
Your grin's wide and confident.
But I can't help but be a touch wayward. I don't take it too far. My ma caught me once necking in the merkberry stalks. And of course I fight. But I've not done much more than that. And I don't use the real ugly words.
She waggles her sickle around in a helpless sort of gesture.
Sometimes the feelings, they just come tumbling right out of me. Gods darn it.
Adair gives a nod and a wink. That's all for now.
You need me, I'll be 2 whoops and a holler away.
I'm glad that her and Adair seem like they're going to get along. Any friend of Adair is a friend of mine.
Keeping an eye out.
Care if I steal that? Speak to Savia?
Yes? What is it I can do for you?
The watch commander looks up at you after her listless greeting. You notice that she has a dark bruise around one eye. She grimaces, but does not turn away. I don't see many guards around.
We are stretched thin. The Storm Speaker did much to help, but much of the town has flooded. Now we are awash in homeless citizens and stranded merchants, to say nothing of the cultists out there.
Savia glances up at Jody, expression flat, but keeps silent.
Now I have Ilari's people making trouble up on Gorechi Street. His little gang is looting everything they can get their hands on, and the Bozzo kicks up his heels like a prince.
Lucky for you that I'm around. I humbly offer my services. Let me out and I will bring you this Ilari's teeth.
Shut it, Ruggieri. Something you wanted?
How are things here in Port Magi?
We lost no one to the storm, but many homes have been damaged, and the people are terrified of this giant the scouts reported. It is chaos, pure and simple, but things might have been far worse.
What happened to you?
What happened? I showed the drunken fool more patience and respect than he deserved, and he struck me without warning.
Sientere, Savia. You know that I was aiming for Darmo's pretty face.
I could go speak to this Ilari.
Kue, I cannot say it would not be welcome, but you are only recently arrived, and not I here by choice. Why do this?
Cool. Mercenary and Gold Pack Knights. I assumed I'd be paid.
Then you are an optimist. If I had all that much coin to throw around, I would have more recruits. In this case, you are right. You will have your fair wage. Gorechi Street is in the western part of town. Just walk until you hit water. We don't need a bloodbath. I'm sure there's a peaceful solution to resolve this. I'd appreciate your looking for it.
Farewell. Dr. Rum Dum Rigere. Not gonna do the accent.
Or is it captain? You have the carriage of a captain. A noble bearing all around.
Man in the cell wobbles slightly as he steps forward, fixing an eager smile and glassy gaze upon you.
Apretta, you must free me. I am a creature of the sea. I am not meant for this dark place. I will dry and wither like a landed fish.
What did you do to end up in there?
I did no one any harm. I am at the Kraken's eye so often Thorol should pay me. I sample every bottle for quality. My loyalty has given him heirs. I would have paid what I owed in time, had I the coin.
You walked out on a tab, Rigere. Nothing to boast of. And then you crawled up to the governor's estate, pissed on the steps, and resisted arrest.
Merla, I do not remember that at all. Right on the steps? I am sorry for the last. I tell you, Savia, I cannot help my magnificent reflexes. You were being very grabby.
Do you know your way around a ship?
Do I know ships? He asks. I know every vessel on these waters, every one. From the galleon to the... every one of them, sir. You have enemies? These fists will drive them into the waiting arms of the sea goddess.
He clenches his fists, raising them above his head for emphasis. I could use you on my crew. What do you need me to do?
You see how fate has brought us together? The ice-hearted guard, she has set my fine at 400 pyres. I have... none. I flounder here until the debt is paid.
Any suggestions on how to get you out of there?
A matter of coin. 400 beautiful coins. That or the key, yes? The door is the thing.
Ruggieri leans in to wrap his fingers around the bars of his cell, rattling them to no effect. He sets his forehead to the bars, sighing.
The commander, she guards the keys like a jealous wife. It would take steady hands to slip it from her pocket. That is, if you have need of keys at all.
He turns a finger in small circles by the lock, and winks clumsily at you.
You think me idle to ask this of you and do nothing? I have scratched, sir, a little mortar from beneath the bars at the window at every chance. The stonework, it is very strong. I can do nothing by hand. With tools, perhaps. With explosives, for certain. Norgund, in the Kraken's eye, he carries many such useful items. All for legitimate use, of course. Animancers, they love explosives.
He raises his brows and grins toothily. Farewell. Well, luckily for him, that's our next stop. I'm gonna try and do things by the books. And release him by paying for his, I guess paying his bail. Because as a mercenary, and Gold Pack Knight, I don't want my reputation sullied, so that work is always available. Mercenary's reputation is a large part of his job. I think we have the funds to release him right now, but I'm not going to spend it quite yet. See how much money we're going to make off this other quest that we have.
You inhale. It isn't complicated.
Ah, a new face. You've heard, of course, that Norgund remains the most reliable and discreet supplier of mostly legitimate wares?
I feel like that's not a good way to introduce yourself if you're in this kind of business. He should have waited and just introduced himself. And then waited for me to say, oh, I just spoke to Rum Dum Rigere.
Are you looking for something in particular?
Or Rigere. Mostly legitimate?
I am an honest merchant, sir. But I confess that the tools I supply have an unjustly sinister reputation. How my clients decide to use these items is not my responsibility, after all.
Show me what you have for sale. There's some accents I don't mind trying, but Italian is not one of them. Let's go ahead and buy all these. 200. I think it's worth it this early on. We probably have stuff we can sell too. Not gonna need that, won't need that. City and colors, let's see, simple clothing I won't need. Is there a way to organize this? Hopefully I don't need these weapons to equip my crew later. Oh, yeah, it's a bar right. Never mind, I figured it out. Cool. I made money off that deal.
Maybe I was wrong.
All right, but I'm keeping what's in there.
Tank skills is too low for everything. It's a shame. So it looks like even if you have a bunch of lockpicks, you can't just keep throwing lockpicks at the problem to get through it. You actually have to have a certain mechanic skill, which was the case in the first game too, but I feel like it's a little bit more generous.
Yeah? What can I do you for?
Yeah, I'm not really speccing anybody that I have in the party currently into mechanics.
Sure thing.
So there's that.
Will do.
Definitely feel like I should take that.
Keeping quiet.
Oh. Good, that guy does walk away. We do have a chance to steal this.
On it. Huh? Sure.
Easy peasy. Oh, that'd be useful too. We'll see about stealing that here in a moment. Oh, with all the ingredients.
Let's take a look. Yeah? Nice and slow.
Yeah? Of course.
Funny, I was talking about releasing Rum Dum Ruggiere the proper way, so I don't get in trouble. I'm in here trying to loot food out of the kitchen.
Huh?
What do you need? I got it.
I'll start with a stew. Let's be able to just walk back here.
Hey,
Oh, now's my chance.
let's take a look. Keeping an eye out.
At least this system gives you more room to get away with thieving. It's not as dependent on your stealth skill.
Oh, right.
What do you need?
Why are these people walking back here? Get out of here.
Huh?
What can I...
Yeah?
I don't think the cook is going to get far enough away for me to steal this. Alright, let's talk to Thorol. Stuff goofing around.
Sorry, we haven't any rooms for you.
The rather large man behind the counter glances your way, smiling grimly.
Guessing you're the one came in off that shipwreck down south. Not sure if that's good luck or bad, but here, I figure you deserve a drink.
Slides a murky pint of ale across the counter towards you. How can you tell?
No secret to it. We haven't had a new ship in port since the storm rolled through. And yet, here's a stranger in my tavern.
What's this about the rooms?
We're full up. You aren't the first outsider to turn up looking for a place to stay after their ride off the island ended up at the bottom of the sea.
He pauses, fixing you with a considering eye.
Well, tell you what. I've got one room ought to have been cleared out by now. Only the occupants decided to outstay his welcome. Real trouble is, he hasn't settled his bill. He's a merchant captain by the name of Galleon. I've given him a fair chance, but he's been a right prick about the whole thing. I've got a spare key here. You chase him and his pals off, and the room's yours. At a discount.
He slides the key across the counter towards you. Yeah, how about you pay me instead?
Right. I should have known better. I'll throw in a reward and the discount stands. How's that?
Fantastic.
I don't want the man dead, and that's not what I'm paying for. Just see him on his way and we'll call it done.
With a final nod, he turns away. I'm done talking
Still
to you.
kicking, eh? What'll it be?
Was that what was happening when I came down here? I know there was dialogue boxes that popped up, but I walked back upstairs too quick to read them. Any chance you saw the fight between Rinko and Mokaha?
Mokeho? That'll be the Juana the poor fool got into a dust-up with, I expect. Yeah, I saw it. Made a real mess, they did.
Oh no, he's talking about for the quest. Never mind. That was the merchant we spoke to. His son was in the other room. In the house to the northwest of town.
The two of them were having a game of cards, far as I could see. Guess things between them soured in a hurry. I kicked the Juana out, had a few men carry what was left of Rinko home.
Do you know who started it?
Could have been anything. Rinko doesn't know when to quit talking, and some of those Juana are real serious types. Far as I'm concerned, we owe the Storm Speaker for keeping the town in one piece. Don't mean I'd invite her people over for tea.
So they were playing against each other.
Well, yeah. Think maybe Rinko wasn't expecting one of the Juana to know the game so well. He looked real nervous by the end.
Do you know Rinko?
Well, no more than most. He's a hard man to like, let's say. Came here with the wife, an animancer. One of Odorisi's lot. The governor could tell you more there.
That's all the questions I had.
Sure. Just hope you don't mean to dredge anything up again. Leave the feuding for the Blue Bloods.
Why call it the Kraken's Eye?
Yes, why, now that the eye is gone? I might as well tear down the sign. I can't believe someone would take it. Everyone on the island knew what it was worth to me.
Whoops. Thorol's face reddens with pent-up anger, and he turns away. I can't offer to give it back either. What if I just put it back in there? What can you tell me about Port Magi?
Guess you haven't exactly seen the prettier side of the place since you landed, right? It's the only town on the island, if you don't count Sarahuzi, little Juana village out west. Really is a decent place most days. Good trade, and plenty of money rolling in from Claudio's investors. Damn sight quieter than back home, but I don't have to tell you about the Deerwood. Ain't right doing business sober. I could fix that for you.
Know anyone looking to make some coin? I need someone who can hold their own in a fight.
Folks come by here all the time hunting for work. Let's see who we can scrounge up.
No room's available yet. Once one is, we will... I'm curious if I retrain, if I can retrain my subclasses as well.
Still kicking, eh? What'll it be?
Let me see what you have.
Didn't think you had 2 copper pieces to rub together. No offense. Still kicking, eh? What'll it be?
I like to hire some crew members into my ship.
Not much point to that without a ship. Come by when you've got work to offer and we'll figure something out.
He smiles apologetically. Farewell. That's a good point. Let's go pick a fight upstairs.
Dim in the lantern.
I do like this system where you completely recover everything after each fight. Because the camping supplies were so commonplace in the first one, you were never really hurting anyway. I think there was maybe one dungeon where I was struggling to keep my party in decent shape. That was in the White March. I mean, that was just a harder area in general. So I think this is a better system. It just saves you time.
For?
Yeah, may as well. He's a support. Alright, quick save, and in we go.
Sure thing.
Don't remember ordering more drinks.
Speaking to Baru first.
Galleon's working his way through every drink on offer. Idiot.
Hey.
Just in case
Happy
this
to
evolves into a
oblige.
fight, reposition a little bit.
Thought I'd locked that thing.
The glassy-eyed gentleman before you bears the miserable expression of the recently sober. He also smells like he's been picking in a cask for a few days. Oh, sorry, pickling.
Thing is, the way doors work, right? And I realize this is complicated, is that you close them and then uninvited people stay on the other side. Try not to slam the door on your way out, yeah? My head's going to pieces.
Thor wants you out of here.
Does he now? And what are you supposed to do about it?
That's what I was afraid of. The intimidate option is going to be aggressive most of the time, and that is a disfavored disposition for the Gold Pack Knights. I may have to put points into something else. You really want the guards in here to throw you out onto the street.
The governor's got all his guards on high alert, staving off the pirates.
He waggles a hand in a gesture of mock alarm.
So if anyone's going to be doing the throwing, it's going to have to be you. How about it, tough guy?
He reaches out to give you a shove. Yeah, let's just take the punch. Okay, the sharp crack of joints as Galleon's fist impacts somewhat clumsily with your sternum. Galleon immediately tucks his curled fist against his stomach, wincing.
I have to admit, I was aiming for your face.
He gazes up at you, wide-eyed. You finished?
Yeah, okay. I'm done.
Well, at least he knows when to call it quits. He holds up a hand to ward off further hostility.
Come on, you lot. The crew of the Peregrine sails for brighter shores.
He heads out at a wobbling limp. Let me see what other options I have as opposed to Intimidate. I already have 3 points into it, though. Diplomacy might be the better option. I feel like being rational ties in with diplomacy. I think I'll start doing that instead.
Hmm? Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look.
Years I've had that cracking eye. Who'd go and steal a thing like that? What am I supposed to call this place now?
Doral wipes insistently at a clean section of the counter with a rag, his jolly features trembling. I cleared out that room for you.
Hey, good work. Times like these, I can't afford to keep on anyone who can't pay their tab. The second word got around, I'd have every pauper in the city on my doorstep. The room's yours if you want it, and for a job well done, here's your pay.
He sets a damp leather coin pouch on the counter. Wow, 1,200 copper. It's a huge amount of money compared to what I mean, it was... Yeah, 200% of what I had, because I only had 600.
Right.
Fantastic.
Still kicking, eh? What'll it be?
I'd like a room, please.
Sure thing.
That's a discount. Let's go ahead and do it, because we get Diplomacy, Intimidate, and Bluff. Now, I've mentioned it before, but you should always try to rest in any tavern or inn. In any RPG you play, because there might be an event that triggers. And in this case, you also get a buff. So Alari, they said was to the west. I don't think they mean in this area. I think they mean... Oh, here we go. Yeah, I didn't realize there's a whole city. So I wonder if there's ways we can get this to be updated. As far as imports, exports, I assume that has something to do with our ship. I'm guessing there's 5 major quests here. I have no idea what this indicator means. Interesting, okay. We do have more money. Wasn't there something I wanted to buy from Henrik?
Swords!
I have enough for it. Which... I think this is what I was after anyway. Healing done, which I don't need until I have Lay on Hands.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'll hold on to that for now. Actually, I can use this money to release the prisoner. Let's do that.
Keeping out of trouble? A little jest. What is it?
Any chance you'll lower Ruggeri's fine?
Eccoci. Why should I do that? To show my appreciation for his aim? Ruggeri is a drunk and a fool. Do not trouble yourself on his behalf. Something you wanted?
Alright, give 400 copper. I'd like to pay Ruggeri's fine.
Diverus? Well, good riddance to him. It's your coin to spend.
Slavia pulls a ring of keys from her pocket and moves toward the cell door. I assume he's going to be trouble. I don't expect him to actually work on this ship.
Agrasima, Captain. See you at your ship.
But then again, maybe we will.
Agrasima, Casita, for taking me on.
I'm wondering if she would have agreed to lower the fine had I done that other quest for her first. But it's okay. Alright, I'm going to call it here. Next episode, we will speak to Governor Clario. We knocked out, what, 2 quests? So, that's pretty good. We're kind of bad taking the Kraken's Eye, but I'm sure it'll come in handy at some point. A massive eye from the dreaded creature of the deep. Cloudy fluid stirs beneath a thick, fleshy lens. Gazing into the lifeless well of the eye is to stare into the abyss. Alright, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one.